It's like decoration. Oh, okay. So welcome everybody. I'm really happy that CBSS meeting took place here in Vihula in Estonia, and actually we come directly from Turkey, for Antalya, for the NATO Foreign Ministers informal meeting. Lots of things are happening right now in Turkey, so we are not going to update the latest developments, but we're going to focus more about the regional cooperation. And we discussed today as well amongst the member states that what we are going to do with this organization as CBSS is. And I'm really grateful for the wise men as our President Ilves and former Foreign Minister Landsbergis from Lithuania about report, and we discussed how can we use this organization for the future. And we have decided all together that this organization is really much needed for the future. About everything is connected to the security. We are not going to replace NATO because NATO is the most important organization about the security, but we have lots of issues concerning everything what is happening in our region, mainly guided by Russia, but maybe some other players as well globally, which is below Article 4 and 5, and we need to focus them a lot. The latest developments, you of course know what happened in Estonian economical waters was a shadow fleet. We were discussing about how can we deal with the shadow fleet problems, so what we have in the Baltic Sea region, and also we decided to put together this action plan for the next developments, because we have no problem with the capabilities of reaction and physically, but we have a problem with international law. So we need to deal with that about the international conventions, but there is lots of opportunities for implement the capabilities that what we can do with this shadow fleet. But I'm just pointing out as well what happened, what was new during the last couple of days. The shadow fleet vessel Jaguar entered. We responded as Estonia in the proper ways. But what was totally new was actually the first time ever Russia sent a fighter jet and also violated the NATO airspace. And NATO reacted. Two fighters from Portuguese fighters went up. But this was something new that actually it was planned like this. The first time Russia used the military power to actually support to fight against the economical sanctions what we have put on shadow fleet. So this is the new level of involvement, and we need to take it very seriously. As well, this was the first time that Russia actually linked officially, we can say, to shadow fleet issues. Before that, it was something that without flags, without ownerships, the vessels they came and go. But now this is very high level understandable that Russia is connected, and also the jet was not only escorting this vessel during the Estonian economic waters, but actually to the St. Petersburg. So we didn't know exactly what this vessel actually was carrying, maybe something very important for Russia, but it was a sign that things are very, very concerning. And finally, I would like to thank again all our ministers. We increase the level of cooperation through this CBSS format. It will be continued. And also about Ukraine, we need to focus on how can we support Ukraine more and long run. Good thing is that the European Union was able to mainly agree that the 17th sanction package, which will be adopted officially next week. But also let's see what is going to happen in Turkey. But it's obvious that Putin is not ready to start any kind of real negotiations about just and long-lasting peace, and even not a ceasefire. And this is something we are dealing for a long run anyways. So Radek, the Polish foreign minister, is taking over from now. Radek will take over the chair of the CBSS from July, and we hand over. Okay, so we hand over the main political decisions from now to you. Please, Radek, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Margus. I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I thank you for having us in this beautiful location. And also when I say that we feel solidarity with you over this latest incident. Other countries have faced similar issues, Denmark some years ago, Germany more recently. It is clear that the legal framework to do with the movement of ships in and out and all over Baltic states does not any longer reflect the standards that our public expects, whether it's in environmental protection or enforcing international sanctions and regulations. I cannot think of a better forum than this to initiate discussions on this, and I'm glad that we have adopted the memorandum on critical infrastructure. We are under threat. It takes different forms at sea, as we've already mentioned, but also arsons, also assassinations, also interference in political processes, attacks on hospitals, on the banking system, on state institutions. And we are the group of allies that understand each other very well, and I'm very glad to be in this group. We have welcomed the report of the two very wise men from Lithuania and Estonia, and I declared on the behalf of incoming Polish presidency that we will try to implement the recommendations that we look forward to receiving from Estonia. I have a feeling that this organization is just getting a new lease of life on different topics, but the topics that our public really cares about. And I promise you that Poland will take its mission very seriously. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, does the press have questions? If okay, can you tell me your name and your outlet, please?
My name is Marianne Rohem. I'm from Estonian Public Broadcasting. My question is about Shadow Fleet, of course, and the recent incident on Tuesday. What should we do about Russia now fully actually engaging with the Shadow Fleet? And it's a fact that now they took the first step to almost protect it in a way. So what should be our response?
I think that if I may, just everyone else can as well to answer that question. But we are dealing with the Shadow Fleet already during the last couple of years. But now the new situation is that actually, as France Foreign Minister yesterday as well told during the NATO meeting, that it's the first time then Russia is responding for the economical sanctions with military power, and this is something new. So what we should do is, of course, we need to increase our capabilities. We need to continue the mission, the Baltic Century, what has NATO mission on the Baltic Sea. But what we focus today, very deep discussions about how can we implement actually the international law, because we have a problem of the conventions of the free sea as well, the economical waters and then territorial waters. It's not a matter of capabilities physically, what we have. As a NATO members, we have all the capabilities, but the question is how can we react to the misuse of international law by Russia or the other players. We're just using these gaps what we have, and we all follow the international law principles. So this is the most important thing. But also we need to be visible that we are reacting. We are not just watching what is happening. We have 500 different vessels crossing the Gulf of Finland every week. And we have listed now hundreds of different vessels now as well with this new 17 sanctions package of European Union, and we need to cooperate more. And yesterday's discussions as well in NATO were focused as well, not only the hardcore military stuff, but also the hybrid part. And also the Foreign Minister of US was participating, and we all understand that we need to cooperate more and we need to increase the capabilities. So Radek and whoever wants to.
If I may, we at the last resort have the right of self-defense, but that's a blunt instrument. We need a better regulation that creates a predictable and safe environment for international trade and navies to operate in. And what I have learned today, I am actually shocked by, because I've known that there are these flags of convenience that are the functional equivalent in the maritime sphere of tax havens in the financial sphere. But it's worse. There are apparently ships that ply the waters that have no flag at all. So the question is, who is responsible when something bad happens? What if someone loads up a ship with radioactive material and something happens? What if there is a large spill of oil in a shallow sea like the Baltic Sea? Who will then be responsible for cleaning up the damage? This really needs urgent action, and we are a very good circle in which to take that action.
Just adding, our German colleague who needed to leave just compared with planes. We cannot imagine that we have a plane which is having no owner or the flag in the meaning and can just cross our territories. So actually the Shadow Fleet is the same thing. So we need to change our mentality about thinking about it. And we agreed as well that we are going to put together the best practices. How can we, in the frame of existing international law, actually act and regionally, not nation by nation, because we cannot be let alone like Estonia or Finland or Denmark or whoever. So as a region, we have a specific problem in the Baltic Sea, and Denmark is having here the big part to play to let this Shadow Fleet into our region as well. So
this is a very good parallel. You know, there are airlines that don't maintain properly their planes, and those are airlines whom we deny the right to land because we want to protect our public, both from debris and also passengers. We have regulations to do with cars, and ships can also do damage.
exactly.
Ships also need proper technical standards and proper actionable insurance. And we don't have this at the moment. This has to happen.
Yes, please, Schreiber.
I just wanted to say that we, of course, are also extremely serious about it because about 84% of Russia's crude oil exports go through the Shadow Fleet, through the Baltic Sea. And that's more than a third of Russia's budget income. So Russia's military capabilities, ability to wage the war in Ukraine directly depends on these Shadow Fleet issues. So it's a danger to us, but it's also something that allows Russia to wage war. That's why in the EU we have more than 300 ships now on the sanctions list. We work with the UK, which had more than 100 ships, US, and so on and so forth. It's also about that. It's about Russia's ability to wage the war, and we need to degrade that to help Ukraine. That's the cheapest way to make Russia weak. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Who wants to have interviews and stuff, catch us. But we are finishing right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.